What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Off the Top podcast. My name is Tom.
Colin.
Make sure you press subscribe. We're here every single week. We release the
Yeah.
episodes Monday, 9 a.m. on the YouTube, even earlier on the audio platforms, Apple, Spotify. Follow, subscribe, like, show love, leave reviews, all that good stuff. It helps so much, and it makes me happy, on the inside.
Right.
When I see someone subscribes or leaves a comment, I'm like, oh wow, makes my day a little bit better.
All right, enough gushing over the subscribers, man. What
Do you
we
not
got
agree?
going? I do.
Well, okay, that's what I'm saying. Well, we actually have a lot of good music this week. We have Kendrick Lamar, Terrence Crawford. Have you ever seen them in the same room at the same time?
I haven't.
I haven't. Neither has Dana White. P Diddy arrested finally. We've been covering that kind of as we've gotten updates.
Right.
We have a modern classic rap album bracket. So we took 16 modern classic rap albums, built a bracket. We're gonna find out which is the best.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that, man.
We have hip hop hot takes later, and then of course we're reviewing new music, a new album from The Alchemist, and MIXTAPE Pluto from Future. Future's third full length project this year, and it's only September.
Now it's gonna be a good episode. I'm excited to talk about basically everything. So let's go, bro. Let's go.
I mean, I guess real quick though, before we hop in, Future releasing 3 projects in this year is actually crazy. I know he's known to do multiple projects in years before. He has multiple years with multiple projects, but these are 3 big ones.
Well, I said last week or the week before, I asked you if this was, a good project. Does it solidify his 2024 MVP with the whole Kendrick Drake beef, whatever? And yeah, I mean, I don't want to spill my beans yet because we got the album review coming later, but he definitely solidified his MVP in my eyes. And yeah, it's a crazy feat. I'm not going to lie. 3 crazy albums.
I think it's hard for anyone in hip hop right now to do something that's going to make them have a more impactful year than Future's had.
It's going to be tough. Yeah.
Almost ever in any year ever. Has anyone ever topped this?
We'll wait. I guess
it's
we'll
just
wait.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. I guess we'll do that segment here soon, next couple weeks, MVPs from each year. That'll be an interesting segment. So keep an eye out for that if you're watching. But for 2024, it's Future, man, and that's a lock.
And then they weren't even just throwaways from the 2 Metro albums. It was recorded completely separately of that. So it is crazy. We'll get into that. But yeah, I guess we'll start with this just because it's a funny goof. So at the UFC fight last weekend, right? The camera pans to the audience to Terrence Crawford, who is literally a fighter, right?
He is, yep.
And it shows Kendrick Lamar, Grammy Award winning and Pulitzer Prize winning artist or whatever. And dude, you're at your home turf getting mistaken for other celebrities.
Dude is in your league, bro. I'm pretty sure he's in. I don't know is he a fighter or a boxer? I'm not sure if he's in the UFC or he's a boxer, but
I think he's technically a boxer.
Yeah, he might be, but it's still though. It's adjacent, cousin leagues, brother leagues. So it is kind of crazy to mistake him for Kendrick Lamar, especially after this year, seeing Kendrick Lamar on every social media post, on every social media network. So I don't know how you can mistake his face, especially this year. But it's pretty wild.
It kind of is like a glitch in the simulation too, because he literally shouted him out earlier this year in a song.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a glitch in the Matrix kind of thing. But
it is. Yeah. I wonder if it was a meme because maybe Dana White knew about the Terrence Crawford line, but I doubt it.
That's in Euphoria, right? Or it's in one of the diss tracks, Whooping Feet.
I think it is Euphoria.
I believe so. Terrence Crawford on Whooping Feet. That's the line. But yeah, this is what they showed, okay? All right, let me zoom in on that a little bit. Kendrick Lamar, Grammy Award and Pulitzer Prize winning musician. And that's clearly not Kendrick Lamar.
What are we talking about?
And then we have this beautiful clip from Dana White.
Expecting to get a text from Kendrick Lamar or Terrence Crawford.
I was talking to Terrence Crawford, who I don't want to call him. I don't know who the hell did that and thought it was, that was pretty bad. He did kind of look like Kendrick Lamar, though. Let's not fuck around. He kind of did look like Kendrick Lamar.
I mean, that's hilarious for him to say.
How?
Yeah, so Terrence Crawford posted
because
the story.
The short braids, the short twist, maybe. I mean,
Kendrick did rock that for
a minute, but It's definitely not Kendrick. Come on now.
It does
But
not
that
look
is,
like in the
yeah,
face at
it
all.
is Euphoria. Here you go. Terrence Crawford reposted to his story with the bar in the background. He said,
Yeah.
"Damn, Kendrick."
I mean, if you're gonna be mistaken for anyone, I guess it's cool, like, to be
Yeah, why
Kendrick
not?
Lamar
To be the
or
most
Terrence
famous.
Crawford.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I
for
look like a
sure.
jacked boxer.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
I'll take that.
Or, or the winner of the most famous rap beef ever. So yeah, I'll
Yeah, I
take
mean,
both of them.
at least it's not like P Diddy.
Right.
You know, like
P Diddy, 10,000 bottles of baby oil found in garage.
yeah, because that's a beautiful segue to the
Because
next.
that's a real headline.
Yeah, exactly. So
Shit.
we talked about this. What it had to have been a few months ago with this, because it was in the
Yeah.
midst of all the beef, like the Kendrick Drake beef. Diddy's house was raided. He hopped on a private jet, flew to some country, and there was like videos of him outside the Miami airport fleeing the country, basically when his house was raided. And then no one
Yeah.
heard from him for like months. Then he reappeared on Instagram making like some weird cryptic apologizing posts. Well, he was finally arrested this week, a few months later, and the charges are not good, dude. They're bad.
Yeah, and
It's like real bad.
forget the actual charges.
I have them here.
The most incriminating thing is the bottles of baby oil. Literally, I think it was actually 10,000 bottles of baby oil or something. That
1,000.
Oh, it was 1,000. Okay, I knew it was some absurd, still absurd
Yeah.
number.
Either way, that's too many.
It's like when the feds raided his house and found 1,000 baby oil bottles. That's the most incriminating part. Fuck the actual charges. Like 1,000 bottles of baby oil is crazy. But let's also keep in mind that this came only a few days after Eminem released his Fuel remix, in which
True.
he called for Diddy to be arrested.
He's been calling for Diddy's head for a minute though.
For a minute, been gunning at
Since
Diddy.
like what? When was Headshot? 18.
Killshot,
Yeah,
yeah,
Killshot. 2018.
Yeah.
So it's been 6 years of Eminem coming for Diddy's head, basically.
At least, you know what I'm saying? And we all know Eminem was a huge Tupac fan. You know, he drew the portrait of Tupac, sent it to Tupac's mother, and I think he genuinely thinks Diddy is the reason for all, you know, everything that happened between Tupac and Biggie. So he's actually gunning for him. But yeah, I think it is actually interesting though. A few days after he called for him to be arrested, he was actually arrested. So yeah.
These are the counts here though. This is from 3 days ago. I guess things might have changed, but Diddy has been charged with 3 counts: racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. According to the indictment from 2008
not good at all.
Yeah, in the last 16 years, members of P. Diddy's enterprise allegedly engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation of prostitutes, coercion.
Ooh, yikes.
I mean, narcotics, kidnapping, arson, bribery, obstruction of
he's
justice.
chopped, dude. He's done.
The indictment alleges that the purpose of P. Diddy's enterprise was to operate a global business in the media, entertainment, and lifestyle. The purpose also includes preserving Diddy's power and fulfilling his personal desires, especially in relation to sexual gratification, including through the exploitation of women and the use of commercial sex workers. Wow. I mean, shout out sex workers, but fuck P. Diddy.
Not forced.
Yeah, exactly.
Prostitution. We don't like that. That's not good.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Dude.
That's crazy. Bro is done.
Did you see his lawyer? Like, they like made a claim or asked if they could pay like a $50 million bail to get him released until the trial.
What the fuck? Nah.
They offered $50 million.
Bro was trying to flee the country. Do not let him off, bro. Fuck that.
I think they turned it down, but his lawyer was like, "We'll give you $50 million if he can post bail until the trial and like go home on house arrest." And they were like, "Nah."
That's crazy. Yeah, for like the most heinous crimes, essentially.
I mean, you mentioned this. Just I gotta read this.
You have to.
The indictment against Diddy that was references what was seized during the March raids of his home. So yeah, that was back in March.
Oh, okay.
The items include narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. These items were allegedly used in freak-offs. That's in quotes.
Oh, God.
They also seized firearms, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers and a drum magazine. So they were scraping serial numbers off ARs.
Like, it is kind of funny, but it's also super fucked up what he was doing. So yeah, lock that man up.
I mean, he's done. They're, like,
Yeah, he's chopped.
he's going away for years and years and years, I assume.
Yeah, nah. I mean, bro, if Thug is gonna be locked up,
That's what I'm saying.
Take the Diddler, bro. Give us Thug back. Take the Diddler. What are we talking about?
I mean, that is such a good offer, though. Like,
That's
we'll
a
give
good
you
take,
Diddy.
right?
We'll give you Diddy for Thug.
All day. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
What did Thug ever do? He
All
just
day.
like led a couple murders.
Yeah, a couple RICO charges. I mean,
that's nothing compared to what Diddy was doing.
Yeah, compared to the Diddler. Come on.
Do you think it's actually likely that Diddy's behind the death of Tupac and Biggie though? Like, is Diddy really just like the rap supervillain that has been behind the scenes for 30 years?
Like, if you think about it, Puff and Big were tight back then. So like,
I kind of believe it.
Think about it. If you were to die, one of the main suspects is gonna be me, if you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? 100%. That's just how it works. That's how it works.
We've never had beef though.
Yeah, but that's just how. Yeah, but come on, Tom. You
You're
never watched You never watched an investigation. Yeah, but you ask. There's more motive anyway. Maybe not like the main suspect, but there's more motive. Obviously, if you know the person well. So I don't know.
Can you name one Diddy song that you like? Because I
literally
don't.
Not.
Me neither. I don't even listen to his music ever. Never.
There's got to be one like mega bop that we just can't think of, but.
Yeah, I'm sure he has his hands in a lot of popular songs that we like, but like a straight up Diddy song, I couldn't.
I mean, a lot of that. I'm pretty sure he had his hands in a lot of that early Big stuff.
Yeah, the production sides and stuff. But
yeah, so
like if a P Diddy album ever dropped, I would never have the desire to listen.
Hell no! What are we talking about?
He could do like a whole R. Kelly thing where people are still on R. Kelly's side. Like there's gonna be people defending Diddy.
Yeah, but P Diddy's not like R&B like R.
True.
Kelly. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly is for the ladies type shit. So I feel like in the sense that Chris Brown gets a pass for beating Rihanna, R. Kelly kind of gets a pass in that sense. Not that he's not in jail and did some horrific things.
Why is Chris Brown not in jail? Just because he's like young?
A long time ago. Long time ago. What is that? What's that rule called? Where you can't lock somebody up after like 10 years after the crime.
I'm blanking on it.
Yeah, but that
statute of limitations.
Yeah. No, I don't know. He might have did time. He might have served his. I don't know. I have no idea.
If you hit Rihanna though, there should be no statute of limitations.
Dude, we should be taking his toes off and shit. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Like take his pinky toes off.
Or we should make him and A$AP Rocky like fight to the death. Winner takes Rihanna.
That's a good question. Who do you think wins in a fight, A$AP Rocky or Chris Brown?
I kind of think Chris Brown, honestly. I hate to say it, but
Chris Brown kind of
like a pretty boy.
Hey, after seeing that beef with Quavo earlier this year, Chris Brown kind of got that like. I mean, I hate to say it, but he got that crackhead energy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll get on your ass.
And isn't he affiliated? And like, I don't think Rocky's like really about that like violence life. And I think Chris Brown is.
I just genuinely think Chris Brown is like a tweaker. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, he hit Rihanna.
Yeah, he's just he's just a tweaker, bro. So I think he's taking it. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe when there's like rap beefs from now on, like we just have them fist fight. Winner gets the other's girl.
Okay, so Drake or Kendrick?
I feel like Kendrick is scrappy. Drake has the size. Like I feel like it's a pretty fair fight.
I mean, like, Kendrick's scrappy from Compton. Drake's what, like 6'3" though?
Yeah, Drake's got mad size on him.
I mean, if Drake loses that fight, it's more embarrassing than losing the rap beef for sure.
But I think if you equaled out the size though, like Kendrick would win.
Yeah.
But Drake definitely has like a foot.
Well, that's just how short dudes, small dudes rock. You got to have that scrappiness, or else.
I think it'd be closer than people think.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm a Drake fan. I'm just saying. I think Kendrick could maybe take it.
Yeah. I think you're right.
I'm just who are two rappers that you really want to see fight? Modern rappers, yeah.
I mean, considering Kendrick was in the fucking park, a playground in Compton in like 95-degree weather in a heavy ass black t-shirt and black jeans doing fucking chin-ups and shit, like burpees. I don't know. I think Kendrick might.
Cole?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's a good.
Because Cole's always out biking around and
yeah,
shit.
Cole is like, it's kind of a meme. He's like for the working man. He's like the working
True.
man rapper. So
He's kind of a pacifist, yeah.
yeah, he is like a pacifist though. So yeah, that's a tough one. Maybe like
Who do you want to
who's
see
that?
like Travis Scott
one?
fight?
Who's that one really psychotic dude that's been releasing fucking? It's like fuck, I forget his name, but he
That
just
Mexican
released.
OT?
Nah,
I need
nah.
more hints.
He's like a fucking psycho rapper that just want Baby Kia. Baby Kia.
I
You
thought
know
you
how I'm
thinking
talking
you know
about?
Miles.
Nah, you know Baby Kia?
No.
Oh, go look him up after this, and then you'll realize why I want him to fight somebody.
Just anyone. You just want to see
Anyone,
that guy
yeah,
fight.
yeah, sure, for sure.
Who would you want to see like
I don't know,
like
bro.
Tyler the Creator? Who would
Let's
Tyler the
move on,
Creator
bro.
fight?
I don't know, Jack Harlow.
That would be sick, dude. I know you just randomly said a
Lil
name, but
Nas
I'm
X.
into that. That's a hate
Just
crime.
because he's gay, and they're both not straight. I don't know.
Has
I just
Tyler
felt
ever
like
officially
I don't
even
know.
said that?
That he's yeah. What do you mean?
That he's like bisexual?
Yes,
I'd make out with Tyler.
fair enough. I
I'm
would
just
too.
saying. I love Tyler. Then I
Let's
could get
move
like
on.
borrow clothes from his closet. If we get like, you know,
If he likes you, if it's a good enough kiss, maybe.
yeah, like if we dated, that closet's got to be banging.
If we dated,
If I dated Tyler, I'd be all up in that closet.
hey,
all the time.
I'll send him the clip. Yeah, send him the clip.
Yeah, send Tyler this clip. Tag him in the comments.
This clip.
Tag Tyler.
All right, come on, let's move on.
All right, it's time for a rap bracket.
Let's do
I
it.
guess a rap bracket. Yeah, it's called a modern classic rap albums bracket.
Yep.
So basically, me and you each kind of came up with 10 and we whittled it down. So we have 16 albums and we consider these like modern rap classics.
Yeah, so kind of like
2010
era and after. I think the earliest one we have on here is Take Care, which is 2009. It's probably the earliest we have on here.
Believe so.
But yeah, let's get into it, man. Modern rap classic album bracket. I'm excited. This is going to be tough because there's a lot of albums here that I love, and I really am not sure what I'm going to do.
It's going to be tough. They're all great. There's going to be hard matchups. If you're following along on YouTube or something, leave a comment. Let us know who you got winning. Where do we fuck up? But all right,
I might have to pull up the track list for some of these, you know what I'm saying, just to really willow it down. But let's go, man.
Let me get this shit out of here.
Yeah, and I don't know if you mentioned, but they are seeded in order of amount of streams. So here we have the most streamed album on our bracket, Question Mark by XXXTentacion versus Pray for Paris, West Side Gun, which is the least streamed on our bracket. So already off the top, it's going to be a tough one. These are two of my personal favorite rap albums, maybe of all time. So
this is a hard one, honestly, because like I love both of these. Like of all the Griselda projects that exist, Pray for Paris might be my number one power ranked Griselda project.
It's top 3 for sure. Easily, you know what I'm saying? It's like the peak kind of Griselda. It felt like you got West Side Gun absolutely curating the best album in his discography up to that point. You got Hitler Where's Hermes or Hermes or however you want to pronounce it. Side B is my personal favorite, but this is regarded as his magnum opus and kind of the magnum opus of Griselda, like you were saying.
The Virgil cover.
The Virgil cover, iconic. $500 ounces. Freddie Gibbs, you got 327.
Billy Esco, shout out.
Billy Esco, Tyler getting on a West Side Gun song. Some great performances on here. George Bondo. And a Buffalo classic. You know, I mean, it's just
true.
It hits way different because that's where we're from. So, but then going up against one of my personal favorite rap albums, literally of all time, Question Mark. Man,
it's so good. There's so if you haven't looked at the Question Mark track list in a while and you're a listener, like it's insane. Every song on there is like a certified Spotify all-time classic.
I mean, if you want to talk about mending genres, this might be the perfect album. The rage rap to the melodic, vocal performances from X to the more cocky, ignorant rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like the hardcore, in your face rapping to the super melodic, thought out performances on shit like Sad. You know what I'm saying? Or fucking
Moonlight.
You know, I mean, all throughout the track list. You know what I'm saying?
Infinity's on here with Joey.
And that's what I'm saying too. It's got some not only great rapping, but great vocal performances. Got the rage rapping, but also got the boom bap influence with the Joey Badass feature, and you know, X really holding his own with one of the best spitters in the game, in my opinion, with Joey Badass. My favorite song off that project, personally, but. Man, I don't know. Where do we go with to see like right off the top? It's gonna be so hard. I really am already lost here.
I do unfortunately lean question mark here, even though it's like betraying our city.
It's crazy.
It just like
it is.
It's such a like I don't know anomaly of an album. It just
I feel like
I don't know, man.
You're not wrong. I feel like the genre bending, the mix of styles and sounds, and
the mass appeal. It's like the biggest streamed album of all time.
All right, fuck. I'm sorry, Buffalo. I can't believe I just did that. I did not see that coming, bro, at all.
Well, matchup number 2 might be a little easier for you. I don't know. There's a lot of classics on both of these, too. Number 9 seed, Culture, versus the number 8 seed, Flower Boy.
Wow. I don't know. I'm pulling up these track lists because I need to see here.
I mean, T-Shirt, Slippery, Bad and Bougie. There's so many good songs on Culture. Like,
wow, yeah.
All the Migos classics are on Culture. I think Slippery, T-Shirt, yeah, all the ones I named are on there.
Literally Bad and Bougie, yep. Wow, classics on.
Are there any that I missed that are the big ones?
Brown Paper Bag. But yeah, those are the 3 like main ones.
Yeah.
I mean, T-Shirt alone and Bad and Bougie, 2 of the best trap songs maybe ever. You know what I'm saying? T-Shirt, one of my favorite, if not my favorite Migos song. But Bad and Bougie, probably one of the most streamed trap rap songs of all time. Gotta be up there. Versus like the antithesis, really, of trap and rap in Flower Boy. I mean, you do have some rap cuts on there, but definitely more of a soulful, production heavy, melodic. What do you want to call it?
I would call it Tyler the Creator's best album.
Okay.
And I mean, yeah, it is less rap focused, but there's still the rap cuts on there, like I Ain't Got Time and the ASAP Rocky song, like
Who That Boy.
Yeah, like
one of Tyler's best songs with 9/11, Mr. Lonely.
Like both of these albums are classics. I guess my vote.
I'm be honest.
My vote would be for Flower Boy.
I'm leaning with you here. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? You got the dropping seeds, although it's only 60 seconds. I think Flower Boy felt like a culmination of Tyler's career. But man, Culture is literally one of the best trap albums of all time. So I don't know if we can do it like that off the rip.
I'm okay with going Culture if you lean there, but if you also lean Flower Boy, we got to stick with our gut and our heart.
I'm kind of leaning Culture. I'm not gonna lie. Bad and Bougie, Slippery, T-Shirt. Like I just think it's got the bangers. I think it's got the bangers on it.
Culture moves on. There you go.
Right. Okay. All right.
Here's a fun one. Matchup number 3. The number 5 seed, The Life of Pablo, versus number 12 seed, We Don't Trust You, an album from this year. I believe it's the only one from this year, probably.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's got to be.
I mean, we're already calling it a classic, so that's...
It has Like That on it. It has so many... I mean, that's just the main one. There's so many good songs on We Don't Trust You. I'm still bumping it.
I mean, We Don't Trust
You albums, but it's...
To me...
It's
my favorite trap. Yeah, I think it's my favorite trap album of all time. 0 skips. One of the most precise track lists I felt like for a trap album or any album really of this year. The sequencing was great. No, like I said, no misses, no skips. Got Future and Metro both in their bags. Got Like That. Obviously, the spark of the biggest rap beef ever. You got the first play value was like unlike anything else. When you hear that, like out of this fucking world. And to be honest, I don't know, bro. I'm leaning We Don't Trust You here. I mean, The Life of Pablo does have Father Stretch My Hands. You know what I'm saying? Famous.
No
It's
More
got
Parties in LA.
No More Parties.
There's good ones
Waves,
on Life of Pablo.
You know, they're ultra light beam. Some great songs.
Isn't Bound 2 on there too?
I think Bound 2 is on
that's
the
the previous album. Yeah, I think so.
But
But there's a lot of good songs on Life of Pablo, but I'm actually with you on We Don't Trust You.
I just think the track list is so concise and what's the word? Refined on We Don't Trust You. Like you can go in there, you can hit shuffle and you're gonna be satisfied every single time. Every time.
Oh, I mean, I'm with you. I didn't think I would be, because I do love The Life of Pablo, but I think We Don't Trust You overall as an album is the better album, which is a crazy thing to say, but
let's go.
All right, matchup number 4, number 13 seed, Without Warning, 21 Savage, Offset, and Metro Boomin versus Drake's Take Care.
I mean, look, I love Without Warning, another trap classic. You know, so Atlanta on the scene, Offset, 21 Savage, Metro, all in their bags.
It's so good.
I mean, we're talking about Drake's best album, in my opinion. One of my favorites of all time. Hell yeah, fucking right. The Motto. Those two songs alone are wiping Without Warning for me.
But Ric Flair drip is on there, so
sure.
It does have
Ghostface Killers is on there. Like, there's some good songs on there. There's some great songs.
I do think Without Warning is a modern rap classic album
for sure. But
it's Take Care. Yeah,
Take Care is the modern. It's the modern rap classic. So like
that's why it's the 4 seed, you know. But I think Without Warning is an honorable opponent. It's a great album.
Sure. It just went up against a tough opponent. That's all.
That might be, outside of 2024, it's my favorite Metro production on an album, bro.
Yeah, I like Savage Mode 2 is up there, but yeah, Without Warning is definitely up there, for sure.
I love Without Warning, but yeah, Take Care, I mean, I'm with you. You gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
Got to.
Next, Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole is the 3 seed versus The Forever Story by J.I.D. at the 14 seed.
The Dreamville battle. Holy shit. 2 great fucking albums. I mean, the storytelling, the rapping, the flows. And I could be talking about either one of these albums.
That's what I'm saying. Which one are you talking about?
I was talking about the Forever Story. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels like J.I.D. is on another level with, like, he really leveled up in terms of his flows, the storytelling. You got the Cody Blue 31s in there that are, the soulful, more melodic cuts. But then you got 2014 Forest Hills, which is maybe, arguably J. Cole's classic. You got Love Yours on there, which is arguably one of the best rap songs of all time. I mean, if you hear that and it don't make you feel something, then I don't know what to tell you. Wet Dreams.
Classic.
Let me pull this up.
My sex song,
I think GOMD is on there.
I believe so. Yeah, I think you're right.
Some great songs on there. And, it's tough. GOMD, A Tale of Two Cities. No Role Models. We didn't even mention his best song maybe ever. I think 2014 walked so the Forever Story could run. I'm going to go 2014 here.
See, I'm on the Forever Story here. That's where my vote's at.
It's crazy because, like, I feel like maybe the rapping is slightly better on the Forever Story. I don't feel like it has the reach of something like a Love Yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, Love Yours is like
surround sound though went
anthem.
Surround sound went crazy.
Yeah, but Love Yours is like,
Surround sound's not even one of my favorites on the album, but it was huge. Like,
and we didn't even mention No Role Models. But I mean, I do agree. Like, the Forever Story,
Dance Now, like, I know. And this is JID's like coming out party. The cover's amazing. Yep. Like,
Crack Sandwich.
I think this is gonna go down as one of the best albums of the 2020s.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. But
is 2014 one of the best rap albums of the 2010s?
Yes, dude, for sure. For sure, it is.
We can go 2014 if you want.
I don't know. I'm torn here. If you really feel heavily towards Forever Story, we can, but I'm leaning for 2014 just because I feel like without 2014, there's no Forever Story. So I kind of gotta.
That's the only reason I'm willing to go.
That's the only reason, right? It feels like
Because
the
I do agree.
prelude. It felt like the prelude, you know.
I agree.
Wow.
Right.
Now this is where I might just have
number-
to walk away.
Matchup number 6 is the hardest one we've seen. Lil Wayne's The Carter 4 at the 11 seed versus Eminem's Recovery at the 6 seed.
I don't know
Two
why
of
you're
my
doing
favorite.
this to me.
These are both in my top 10 albums of all time. Both of them.
I don't know why you're doing this to me. This does not deserve to be a first round matchup.
This could be a championship matchup.
Where do I start? I mean, I could write a fucking essay on both these albums. I mean, Recovery.
It's the most underrated Eminem album.
The most underrated, the most
no
to
skips.
Me, it feels like the most passionate Eminem album. You know, it's him proving that he can come out and, you know, be sober and make amazing music. You know, you got his first like pop star single with Love the Way You Lie. You got Not Afraid on there, which was mega banger. But not only that, the raps just are so crisp on something like Cold Wind Blows or On Fire.
Bro.
Seduction got one of his best hooks. And this is the other thing, the lyrical content he gets way more meaningful and thoughtful and introspective than he has on any project ever. This is his most passionate project, I feel like. You know, coming off the death of Proof, talking a lot about Proof in something like Talking to Myself, or there's one song dedicated to him that I'm blanking the title of it, but yeah, like it feels like the most thoughtful and meaningful Eminem album. And then on the other side of the coin, you got the album that I've been saying is my personal favorite album on the show for the past, I don't know, couple months. The Carter 4, I mean, Blunt Blowin', She Will, Mega Man, his most underrated song, How to Love, one of his best R&B cuts ever. And both of these albums, this is why it's going to be so hard for me, hit at that time in my life where I was just sucking it. Pause. I was just sucking in that music like a sponge. And these are like these two albums made my personality essentially. Like if I'm
That's
being
real,
where
I'm at. Yeah.
If I'm being real with you, so like it's so hard. I don't know. What do you have to say about it?
I mean, yeah, I feel like these two albums I've probably listened to more in my life than any other two albums. Like genuinely, Recovery is Eminem's most slept on album. There's no skips. People hate on Recovery because Not Afraid's on there, but like Seduction, 25 to Life, all the songs you named, like there's so many great songs on there. But the Carter 4 is like my favorite Wayne album. It hit me like right when we were in the height of our weed smoke, and I've smoked so much weed to the Carter 4. Like, I was going to let you pick because I have no idea.
It's so hard.
I'm cool with either one of these moving on.
This is so hard for me, bro. Because, like, I feel like Recovery is more sentimental, more thought out, more meaningful. But the Carter 4 has more, like, blunt blowing, more classics. How to Love.
6 foot, 7 foot on there, too?
But you also have No Love on Recovery, so you get the Lil Wayne influence in there.
True.
I don't know, man. I'm lost, bro. Like the Carter 4, I mean, you got top tier rapper from Wayne throughout. You know what I'm saying? The great production. You got the Jadakiss and Drake feature.
That's my favorite song on there. It's good. I love that.
Him
song.
Taking shots at people like Jay-Z, you know, on It's Good, the same song.
Let me know.
I'll go Recovery.
All right. I'm cool with either. Like
I can't believe I just did that though.
Matchup number 7. This is a more interesting one. Number 7 seed, Utopia by Travis Scott. Not this year, but last year. And then number 10 seed, The Melodic Blue by Baby Keem. Both modern classics, in my opinion.
These are all so fucking hard, dude.
Yeah. Like, I don't...
Utopia. Like, let's start. You got some of Travis's best rapping on shit like My Eyes. Again, on My Eyes is some of his most meaningful shit, talking about what happened at his one Astroworld show. You got songs like Telekinesis with SZA. You got, or is that the SZA one?
Yeah.
Am I tripping? You got Till Further Notice, which is one of my favorite 21 performances on a Travis album. So
Meltdown with Drake, Tizo
Meltdown with
Touchdown.
Drake. Yep, you got the fucking Modern Jam, which was a banger.
Still is a banger. Melodic Blue, you got Kendrick on 2 songs. Like,
But that's the thing,
a
like for
super
me,
classic.
Melodic Blue, I think is gonna take this one just because it's way. I feel like it's more unpredictable. You don't know what you're gonna get from track to track. You got just as good rapping performances, if not better, from Baby Keem, and just as good, if not better, melodic performances from him too, as well, and production. On songs like Lost Souls, on songs like Kill Streaks with Pink Panthers and Don Toliver, on songs like even Boo Man when he's just rapping.
And we
This
have
is
Astroworld too. Like
okay.
as exists. That exists. It's not on the
Yeah.
list, but it exists.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
The Melodic Blue is the Baby Keem album up to this point. And
Yeah.
Travis has other iconic albums. Like, I'm also on the side of the Melodic Blue here.
Yeah, I'm taking Melodic Blue. One of my favorite, like, top 5 maybe albums of the 2020s for me. Like,
Yeah.
perfection, I feel like, and an album. So, yeah, Melodic Blue for me on this one.
And then the last matchup of round 1 is
Wow.
Kendrick Lamar's Damn versus Joey Badass's 1999 Survival Tactics Hard Knocks.
This is crazy because we have a young, 18-year-old maybe Joey Badass releasing his first mixtape in 1999, and then you have a mature Kendrick with his 4th release on Damn, which is arguably his peak, his most streamed songs with Humble, what's
DNA.
The one I'm missing? DNA.
Yeah.
Love. Yeah. All of them.
They're
Damn
all great.
Being the more thought out concept studio album, basically looking in the mirror, talking about all of his feelings, love, lust, fear, you name it, and it's there. Great rapping from arguably the best rapper of the period in time, a prime of Kendrick, so it's going to be hard to beat. 1999 though, probably my favorite mixtape of all time, Survival Tactics.
Hard Knocks.
Just fucking Survival Tactics alone.
R.I.P. Capital Steez.
I need to pull up this track list though, because I know there's a few that I'm missing. That
for 99, yeah, there are. Those are just the 2 that I still listen to on a weekly
Righteous
basis.
Minds, Don't Front, CJ Fly. I always loved.
I'm listening to Survival
Survival
Tactics still on a monthly, if not weekly basis.
Yeah,
to this
same.
day, 15 years later.
It is one of the best rap songs of all time. I genuinely believe that.
I agree.
And,
But it's not Damn.
It's not Damn because it is a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? And it's his first 17-year-old mixtape. There's some great songs on there. From the Tomb, it's classic vibes. Without this, this is like a staple in our childhood. You know what I'm saying? Coming up. This was 2012.
Real hip hop was dying at the time.
Yeah, bro. This was
and Joey was like, here's this. Feed the streets.
An absolute staple in our childhood and in the rap game, really, in general. Yeah. So don't look past it when we promote Damn over it, but it's going to be Damn today.
I mean, yeah, but 1999 deserves to be on the bracket. For
sure.
It's just 100%. So good.
It's a classic.
We're in round 2. Eight albums remain.
Wow.
Matchup number 1 is the 1 seed ? Versus the 9 seed Culture.
I mean, I'm going question mark on this one. Culture.
That's where I'm at.
One of the best trap albums of all time, but it's not touching question mark for me. It's way more versatile, more impressive in terms of performances from the artist. You know what I'm saying? Because you have X doing rapping, melodic performances. It's a bit more thoughtful songs dedicated to the Parkland shooting, the kids that lost their lives and shit. So it's question mark for sure on this one.
All right. Matchup number 2. Number 12 seed, We Don't Trust You, versus the number 4 seed, Take Care.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. Exactly. I feel like I probably do lean Take Care. It's just had so much more time to grow on me and live with us in culture. But I think if we redid this bracket in 5 years, We Don't Trust You could take over for Take Care to me. But right now, I do lean Take Care here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go Take Care. I think We Don't Trust You might be a more refined album. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, there's absolutely zero skips. You can go in there, hit shuffle, any song you're going to fucking bounce your head to. But Take Care really felt like the coming of Drake. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Exactly. But, you know, Over My Dead Body, Headlines, Marvin's Room, Take Her with Rihanna, Hell Yeah Fucking Right, The Motto. Those two songs alone absolutely were a staple. 2010, 2009, 2010, you know, if you were a hip hop listener then you know that those were the songs. You know what I'm saying? The motto, YOLO, you know what I'm saying? That's where the shit fucking came from. So
took over the world.
it's gonna be Take Care for me right here because, like you said, it's had more time to sit in my brain and really sit there. And the rapping is the best rapping I've ever seen from Drake on this project. So I'm going to Take Care comfortably.
All right, matchup number 3. 2014 Forest Hills Drive versus Eminem's Recovery. I mean, 2014 Forest Hills Drive is great. It paved it, you know, it's J. Cole's not J. Cole without it. Like we said, it led to albums like 24 or like the Forever Story and like the Melodic Blue. Like it impacted so much, but I can't tell you honestly that I think it beats Recovery.
I can't either. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Recovery, it's the most, like I said, it's the most thought out, meaningful project from arguably the GOAT rapper. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go Recovery on this one, but 2014 Forest Hills Drive definitely deserves to be here. You got, like we said, songs like Love Yours alone carry it all the way to the top. So don't blink at it, you know?
All right, last matchup of round 2. The number 10 seed, the Melodic Blue versus Damn by Kendrick Lamar. This is closer than I think people would think. It probably still is Damn, but the Melodic Blue is like a revolutionary album in my opinion, and like even though it's rated highly, it's still slept on.
This might be a hot take. I'm going Melodic Blue. I'm going
over
Melodic
Damn.
Blue over Damn on this one. I really am. Damn's not my favorite Kendrick album, so you know I got GKMC there. I think Melodic Blue is more impressive. The vocal performances, you never know what you're getting from track to track. The concept maybe is not quite as strong because Damn is arguably one of the best concept albums ever. The rapping maybe not quite as strong because it is Kendrick, you know, but I feel like the production is a little bit better, maybe a lot better. And there's just, I feel like
we already knew what Kendrick could do too.
Yeah,
like,
I go back to
Melodic
it
Blue
more.
was special.
I don't go back to Damn a lot. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. Like, although it's his most streamed, I don't find myself at Damn a lot. And I found myself at Melodic Blue constantly. You know
I thought you were going to go Damn. I am not opposed to moving Baby Keem through because I love the Melodic Blue so much. So
I'm going Melodic Blue here.
I'm not opposed to that at all. That leaves us at our final 4. We have Question Mark, Take Care, Recovery, and the Melodic Blue is our final 4.
I can't believe I've been riding for the Carter 4 this whole time just to vote it out in the first round. That's just disgusting move of me.
Semi-final matchup number 1. Question Mark, the 1 seed versus the 4 seed. Take Care. This is a tough one. I think Question Mark overall as a culture might have been a more impactful album. Is that crazy to say?
Yeah, it is.
Is it though?
Yeah. I mean, Take Care. But I mean,
it has
not
more
really,
streams than Take Care.
Maybe not really that crazy because I mean, Take Care is the reason people like The Weeknd exists. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason that every rapper has R&B cuts now. But Question Mark, dude, is so impressive from the fucking rapping performances to just the melding of multiple genres. You know what I'm saying? And Drake, low key, Take Care walked so Question Mark could run if you think about it because like he's melding 2 genres with R&B and rap, and then X just takes it to another level, melding R&B, rap, punk, fucking rage with the whatever you want, soulful, you know, whatever. He just mixes it all in the bag. But
I love Take Care very much. I really do. I love Drake. I love Take Care. It's a great album, but Question Mark is just like there's something special about that album to me.
Yeah, I think it's better. I'm not gonna
lie. I'm with Question Mark here.
I think it's better, dude. Like, that's crazy.
That is actually crazy. It's Question Mark's moving on to the finals. Wow. Who will it go against? It's Recovery or the Melodic Blue. The 6 seed versus the 10 seed. These were both upset matches earlier. I will they both say took down higher rated albums.
This is not how I expected this bracket to shake out. Wow. What can I say here? I don't know. I'm
I mean,
speechless.
we've said a lot about
We've
both of
said it
these.
all.
Melodic Blue was like, wow, Baby Keem is really fucking him. Like, this is a masterpiece. Like, I think the Melodic Blue is a masterpiece. But Recovery is like a perfect 10 out of 10 album to me. No skips. I've listened to it more than any album in my life. Like, oh, fuck.
See, Recovery does have a couple misses for me, like White Trash Party
Sure.
or...
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Love the Way You Lie, I'm not really going back to.
But that's not a skip. Like, Love the
Not
Way You Lie in a skip.
necessarily, no, but I'm having a hard time putting over the Melodic Blue, I'm not going to lie. Because, like, while it is the most sentimental Eminem record, the Melodic Blue is just so impressive. The production, I mean, now it sound like broken record, but the production, the performances from Baby Keem. But then again, you have Recovery with No Love, On Fire, Cinderella Man, Spacebound, 25 to Life, Seduction, Talking to Myself. Like, bro.
It's a crazy good album, Recovery. It's truly slept on and underrated, which is crazy, but I do lean Recovery here. If you're super into the Melodic Blue here, I'm not opposed to it because I love both, but my vote's for Recovery.
It's got to be Recovery, I think. Which is crazy.
Well, that brings us to the final matchup of the bracket. Question mark versus
what a
Recovery.
random matchup. It kind of makes sense though, because if you think about it, they're the two most like thoughtful, meaningful like albums on this whole list. I feel like
modern classic rap album bracket, 16 modern classics, question mark Recovery. Wow. Two iconic albums that actually mean a lot to me personally. Like, these are both Deserted Island albums to me.
Facts. Yep.
I love Recovery so much. My vote here is for question mark by accident.
It's so hard, man.
That's my vote. I love Recovery. Okay.
So, a couple things we could just point out. The rapping is better on Recovery, right?
I mean, yeah, it's Eminem.
The genre mending is better on question mark. You know, the features, better on Recovery probably. You got Lil Wayne, Rihanna.
Pink.
Weighs it down. But the meaningfulness, they're like hand in hand. I'd say they're both super fucking meaningful. Impressiveness, impact, goes question mark probably. Dude, I don't even know. You're leaning question mark?
I after I said it, I'm not sure. But I think I do lean question mark. It is the 1 seed, but that just proves like an album like question mark to be the number 1 streamed album out of all these says something about it.
It does actually.
Like, it's the 1 seed for a reason. The fact that that's the most streamed album of all the ones we've talked about is crazy. Like, X really did something special with question mark, and I'm not opposed to that winning the modern classic bracket.
Let's do it. If I sit here any longer, I'm going to go Eminem. So let's just do it.
XXX Tentacion question mark wins the modern classic rap album bracket.
Wow.
That's not what I expected. But
what were the odds for that one?
I mean, it is the 1 seed.
Yeah, that's true.
But I didn't think it would win.
Me neither, dude. That is not how I expected it to shake down at all. I'm not going to lie.
But, like, talking about him and going through, like, I do think it, like, others, you could argue others to win, but I'm not opposed to question mark winning. It's a big album. Just culturally, for me in general, it's fucking question mark.
It's impressive.
It's a great album.
What more can we say about it? It's a classic. It's the best classic of this bracket. We'll do another modern classic bracket eventually in the future and leave off all these albums and do 16 other classics that have dropped since 2009, 2010. So let us know what you thought about that segment. But yeah, I liked it. That was fun.
All right, you got some questions for me before we review new music, right?
Yeah. I'm curious.
Give some hot takes here before we get into the Future and the Alchemist album.
Might be some hot takes. I'm just curious to get your general takes on a couple rap questions. So I know we just listened to Tyler the Creator's full discography, so I'm
Facts.
curious what you think his most underrated song is. So, what is Tyler the Creator's most underrated song to you?
Okay. I was looking like through his most streamed songs, seeing what's at the top, what's lower down, what's lower that I thought should be higher. I do like there's a few. So the one that like instantly comes to my mind is Orange Juice with Earl. I mean that beat, it's not on streaming, so it makes sense that not everyone knows that song, but like
And shout out
Tyler's
to Logic for the sample too. That was fire.
yeah, Orange Juice by Tyler and Earl Sweatshirt is probably the answer. Like that's Tyler's most underrated song. I think it's like a perfect song, one of my favorite beats of all time. But it's not on streaming. So I get that. I have an answer for you of songs that are on officially released albums as well. I was going through and I think my answer is either 48 or Rusty.
Okay.
48, they're both on Wolf, also, by the way. 48 is his 76th most streamed song, and Rusty is his 80th most streamed song. I think
Okay.
Tyler's best rap verse of his career is on Rusty. Like, if you were power ranking Tyler the Creator rap verses, his verse on Rusty is number one to me. And, like,
Okay.
48 is just, like, an amazing, perfect Tyler song, and for those to both be 76th and 80th on his rankings is crazy.
You know,
So
the Rusty take is interesting because it's definitely held to a high regard, like with his OG classic fans, but it definitely doesn't get the love it deserves, I feel like, because I agree, it is one of his best songs.
Rusty, 48, and then Orange Juice if we're talking mixtapes. You could throw Tamale on there. Like,
Okay.
Tamale doesn't get shown enough love, and I Ain't Got Time off Flower Boy is his 45th most streamed song. Tamale is his 49th, bro. Like, these are so good. After listening to Tyler's discography, he has so many bangers, but
Right.
I guess I gotta
Okay.
go with Rusty. That's his 80th, and that's his best rap verse of his career. So Rusty's
Fair
my
enough.
official answer.
Cool. Yeah, I like the answer. Good, well thought out. Nice. I like that.
But Orange Juice, I mean, go stream that. Go run that
Yeah.
up.
I
It's
mean, absolute classic. So
yeah, that beat
good.
in a
But
car too. Oh my god.
I guess one more take I was curious on
Mm-hmm.
your opinion here in terms of the rap game. So one of the more sorry, I'm trying to let my camera catch up. A little bit of lag there. Um, one of the more important genres of rap songs. So rap storytelling songs. So Tom, what is the best rap storytelling song in your opinion?
Okay, I'm gonna give you my top 5 in no order, and then I'll give you my number 1 answer.
Okay.
Obviously, you have "Dance with the Devil" by
Yep.
Immortal Technique. Everyone who knows hip hop knows it has to be in the list. It's in the
Yeah.
conversation. The
The
Heist by Big L. I mean,
okay.
come on.
Great
Obviously.
pick. Great pick. Sneaky pick.
I Gave You Power by Nas. I mean, bruh. Like,
Great
obvious.
picks. I'm loving these picks. These are great picks.
Ross Cappuccioni by Joyner
Okay.
Lucas. Do you know the
Okay.
song?
I do know the song.
The first time I heard Ross Cappuccino, whatever the song name is, by Joyner, my mind was blown. Ever since I heard
Okay.
that song, I've been a Joyner Lucas fan. That's the song that made me a Joyner
Okay.
fan. Like, if you don't know that song, that's
Tap
top
in.
tier storytelling rap song. It's in the top 5. And then the other
Interesting.
one is obviously Stan by
Okay.
Eminem.
I was wondering when that was going to come in. You were making me nervous for a second there. I thought you might have forgot it, but
So
interesting.
if I had to pick one, it's hard to not pick Stan, but I'm not going to pick Stan.
Okay. Fair.
I'm
like
going
it.
with "I Gave You Power" by Nas. That's my
Dude,
number
I like
one.
it.
That's my number one storytelling rap song of all time. "I Gave You Power" is probably my favorite Nas song of all time. That's my pick. I gave
Like
you
how
power.
they just use me, treat me like a gun, treat me like a fucking gun. They just use me, do whatever they want with me. Bro, it's such a good song.
It's crazy.
Ooh, it's one of the best rap songs of all time, genuinely. So,
But
great,
The Heist by Big L, I mean.
great pick. And another great sneaky little pick. I'm impressed with them picks. Good picks.
I had to
like
mention Stan, though. And I probably would pick
yeah,
that most
you
times
got
if
to.
someone just asked me. But I
Yeah,
Gave You
I mean,
Power is...
that is like the generic answer. It is kind of the right answer, though, because it's Stan.
It's Stan.
But,
yeah, you know,
okay.
It's Stan. It just is.
Yeah, I like that, though. Good picks.
Okay. I got 2 questions for you now.
Okay,
Are you
all right.
ready? I guess it doesn't matter what order I gave them to you in, so here's one. What is the best rap group or, duo, trio, whatever, the best rap group of all time?
So this was interesting because you can look at like labels or duos that might not be named, you know, like a Baby Keem and a Kendrick, for example, or a J. Cole, JID, or a
Sure.
Drake, Lil Wayne, you
Future
know,
Metro.
Future Metro, you know, these great
Keep it
collabs,
modern.
duos that don't necessarily have titles, you know, something like a Bad Meets Evil, Royce and Eminem that has a title, obviously Outkast, Mobb Deep were a
Drake
couple of the
21.
ones. Huh?
Drake 21. I'm just keeping it modern, throwing
Oh,
names
okay.
out.
Sure. I was like, what? Yeah, Drake 21, obviously. But yeah, like, you know, Griselda were a couple of the ones I was thinking of.
Thought that name might come up. Yeah.
It does get a little blurry because what's the difference between like a label, you know, and a rap group? Because you could go Dreamville as a group, or you could go Griselda, obviously, as a group. But to me, right now, the best rap group is definitely Griselda. Nobody's touching Griselda since 2018. Really, nobody's been touching Griselda as a rap group. I mean, Conway, Westside Gun, and Benny on top of Rome Streets and more.
Jay
Great
Skis.
artists. I think he's technically drum work, but you
Yeah.
know,
He's in
Griselda
the affiliate
adjacent.
list.
Sure, yeah. But I mean, they just do it so grimy, you know, so different, and they put Buffalo on the map. I just don't think really any other rap groups right now are touching them at all. I mean, Creep Boys is who we talk like. What are the best rap groups now? You know, like it's
Now
Griselda.
they're
It's Griselda. You know what I'm saying?
seeing them
So
on Jimmy Fallon and shit performing their songs was like mind
I
boggling.
mean, the griminess, the grittiness, the mind of Westside, the you know, curated all in the grimy raps from the slant face killer himself. You got the bars from Benny doing his thing. So I don't think it really gets better than Griselda, at least in 2024 right now for a rap group. So I'm going them. Obviously, honorable mentions Mob Deep, you know, fucking Survival of the Fittest, fucking Shook Ones,
Odd
you know,
Future, Wu
this
Tang,
type of shit. Obviously, Wu Tang, obviously, Odd Future. One of my
Jedi.
personal favorites, Jedi Mind Tricks. You
That
know,
might be my
D12,
answer.
just a little fuck around. I thought,
D12.
I thought Jedi Mind Tricks. I genuinely considered putting that up there, but I'm thinking it's a little old. They haven't released shit. If I'm talking about right now, who's the best rap group? It's Griselda. But
No argument for me.
some of my favorites, definitely Jedi Mind Tricks and Griselda are probably my two favorite rap groups of all time.
Over OF.
Yeah, I think so.
Are they number 3?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Those are my top 3.
Yeah, because it is
Hard to
tough
not
because OF is good, right? But they're like
Not
nostalgic
good,
good, right? They're not like that good, but they're
Right.
like they hold a special place in your heart. So
Yeah, definitely kids our age who grew up with. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
OF is you got to mention the name at least.
got to. So I'm gonna go Griselda. That's my official answer.
All right, next question for you: who is an artist who is either super loved and respected and accommodated in the game that doesn't deserve it, or someone who doesn't get enough love at all that deserves way more? Who's someone who's super overrated or someone who's super underrated? You can hate on someone or show love to someone who deserves it. Pick your energy.
I'm gonna show love today. I mean, I don't.
Okay.
I was trying to think of somebody that's like super overrated, doesn't necessarily deserve the fame, but like
Jack Harlow.
I mean, not really even.
That's just
if
came
I'm
to my mind.
Realistically, if we're talking who's the most overrated rapper, it's Drake. Drake is the most overrated.
There's got to be more. Like Cardi.
Come on now. Nah, Drake, because of the level that Drake's at makes him the most overrated, right? In my opinion, he's not better than other rappers enough to have 100 billion streams or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, Drake is the most overrated. Different conversation though. I'm gonna switch it to somebody that I think's been getting way too much hate online, at least in the past few months, and doesn't deserve it at all. J. Cole, after pulling out of this Kendrick beef, has been getting slammed on social media for months now. After pulling out of the beef, and for what? For
Literally
what I do not
months.
understand. It's J. Cole, people. He's a better rapper than all of you, basically. You know what I'm saying? He's arguably the best rapper in the game. He will smoke anybody when it comes to a beef. I genuinely believe that. And people just been hating on him so much. Like, I genuinely been feeling that. I'm not going to say he's underrated because, people that know, hold him to a high regard. But I just think he's overhated right now.
I agree with you. That's fair
So
take,
that's my
because he
take.
gets a lot of hate in the comments.
He does, dude.
Like, so much.
It's crazy.
Just for being an adult, you know?
I know.
Making
It's
the
just like
mature decision.
random hate too. It's like I heard somebody say like if J. Cole's your favorite rapper, that's just like you're just boring or have bad music taste or something. I'm like, come on now, he's like a great rapper. What do you mean? But fair
There you
enough.
go. J.
That's my
Cole. I'll
takes.
take it. But all right, it's time. We're getting toward the end here. We got to review the new albums from this week. We got two good ones. We have the genuine articulate from The Alchemist, and we have Mixtape Pluto from Future, his third full-length project this year. Obviously, we mentioned that at the top. We have We Don't Trust You, We Still Don't Trust You, and now Mixtape Pluto. Let's start with the short and sweet 8-song, 22-minute The Alchemist project. Let me know what you thought about the genuine articulate.
I mean, I thought it was great. And you know me, I love these short, concise, refined track lists. I don't want to be listening for 2 hours. I don't want to be listening for even an hour. You know what I'm saying? It was 22 minutes, perfect. I think it was 7 or 8 songs.
8, yeah.
Perfect 2-3 minute songs. Amazing production. Obviously, it's The Alchemist. Great rapping. You know, people might not think of The Alchemist and think, oh, he's a rapper like that, but superb rapper, really, when you think about it.
He's spitting on here. I was not sure if we were going to see that or not.
And his wordplay is real, bro. And his lyrical content is solid. Like, he gets into some deep, thoughtful shit. And he spits, like, more grimy, more, you know, cocky, ignorant shit. Like, it's solid. He's a really solid rapper, especially on this project. And, you know, obviously throughout his career. But I really enjoyed the feature list with, who was it? Havoc was on there. Larry June, obviously our boy Conway was on there, which I loved. Schoolboy Q. But yeah, starts off Ferraris in the Rain with Schoolboy Q, solid rapping from both of them. Then you go into track 2, Something Light, and that's when I feel like the production really shines.
That's the one.
Shows why, Alchemist is the GOAT. And his rapping as well on that second verse is some of my favorite Alchemist rapping maybe ever. And then you get into something like Minnesota Fats with this heavy electric guitar sample or beat in the background with, you know, the Action Bronson grimy lyrics and delivery over it. And then you got the little things that make albums perfect. The transitions from song to song, like MF, you know, Minnesota Fats to Scientology, I thought was perfect. You got the little production hints like in the back of your ears when you're listening. Great verses from all the features, especially Havoc, OG getting on there. Our boy Conway going on there, going crazy. Obviously, Conway's never going to miss on Alchemist production. You got the soulful cuts, of course, next to the heavy metal soulful cuts. You got Details, which is the soulful shit with the Larry June feature, which I thought was solid.
Banger.
And then the sequencing I thought was really good, too, to end on Seasons Change, where he's talking about his family and kind of reminiscing in his life and, you know, spitting some more introspective and thoughtful bars to end off the project. But yeah, I thought it was solid, super solid project. I guess in summary, yeah, like I said, people might think of The Alchemist as mainly a strong producer, but this short project proves that, you know, he's also a very strong rapper. On top of Alchemist classic and from times hard hitting and gritty to soulful and soft production, to his strong rapping performances and future choices, and like I said, Conway, Havoc, and Larry June. It feels as if he's got the short, refined albums locked down. Like he does this all the time, releases short, like 8 to 10 song albums that are 30 minutes, and they're always like pitch perfect. And I feel like he's got that in the bag. And I feel like he just continues to solidify himself as a GOAT in hip hop. And I really enjoyed the album. I give it an 8.25.
Okay, yeah, I honestly didn't love the first song, Ferraris in the Rain. Like, the production sounds good, but for some reason it just like never got into like a real flow of a song for me. I don't know. I didn't love that song.
I think it is the weakest, to be fair.
Yeah, like that's the weakest song to me. Something Light though, the second song, that shit is fire. The beat's like dark and futuristic, and it's definitely my favorite beat on the project. It's up there with like my favorite Alchemist beats. Like I love that shit. Minnesota Fats I thought was a fun song. Love hearing Action Bronson on here. I don't know if you actually mentioned his name, but he's on that one. I like that song. Scientology's dope. Alchemist and Havoc rapping together on a great Alchemist beat. I mean,
Can't beat it.
it's
Yeah.
just good. Everybody's Favorite Uncle was good. Nothing too crazy going on there. I didn't love that one. Diego Maradona is banging. Probably Alchemist's best rap verse on the project, I
Yep.
thought. And that transition on the beat, like it goes from Alchemist rapping, then it transitions to Kanye's verse, or yeah, Conway's verse. Like that transition was so clean. I love that. Details I thought was dope. Alchemist with another good verse. Larry June, like his vibe on the production is just like so smooth and just sonically solid. I liked it a lot. Then yeah, Seasons Change is like a more introspective song, but I didn't. I also think that's not one that I love. Like the three that I mentioned, I still think are good though, even though I may not have loved those. But yeah, Something Light, Diego Maradona, Details, Minnesota Fats. There's a lot of. I mean, there's not a lot of good songs. There's only 8 songs, but like they're pretty much all good. The production's great. My only real complaint was yeah, Ferraris in the Rain. It's hard to give an album that's only 8 songs in 20 minutes like a 9 or something, but I do have it at an 8.0. Like I thought it was really good. 22 minutes, 8 songs. Can't get much better than that with an 8 song EP.
Yeah, like that's fair. Like, we have fully fledged concept albums this year that took years to create and shit, and something like an Ultra 85. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I agree. It's hovering around the 8 area.
All right, so let's pull up this tier list. The Genuine Articulate, where does it go?
It's almost perfect for sure for me, I think.
That's where I'm at. I'm probably right there.
Yeah, that's right around where I would put it. Yeah, I think I'm good with that because I do like the Denzel Curry album. Some great rapping on there. And he was paying homage to the South, which I thought was great too. And you got the JPEG Mafia album on the other side of it, which is super versatile. Got him showing off his skill set. So I'm okay with it there. I like that. No real misses, and it's Alchemist doing his thing.
No, yeah, it was solid. I liked it a lot. But all right, now the one that everyone's been excited for, the third future project of the year. We already got We Don't Trust You. We already got We Still Don't Trust You. We got Like That, Red Leather, Cinderella, like so Ice Attack. There's so many huge songs off these two projects. Future's been running the rap game in 2024, started the biggest beef of all time. Now it's September. We get the third Future project this year, Mixtape Pluto. What did you think of the album? Let's break it down.
Yeah, I mean, like I said early in the show, he solidified his 2024 MVP. I was up last night and I'm like, I'm going to listen to it when it drops because I was
I did
up.
not.
And I'm glad I did because I was a little tired at midnight going into it. And by the end of this album, boy, let me tell you, I was up, bro. I was so hyped. I was in here by myself fucking raging to this shit.
You did the whole thing right at midnight. You didn't like
Whole
take a
thing,
break
bro.
or fall asleep. Just
Fuck no,
straight
dude.
through.
Straight through that bitch. And gladly.
That's why I waited till the morning. 'Cause I was like, I don't want to pause it. I'm gonna
It
wait.
was so good. He comes out the gate on his real ignorant shit on Teflon Don, rapping like ignorant Future, and like what is about to be. You know what I'm saying?
Banger.
It's mixtape Pluto.
Yeah.
He's in his bag. He's cooking up with this one. He goes into Ski. It kind of gives like a classic Future vibe. Again, great rapping from him. I love the bells and the production, but the great rapping seemed to continue, which, is great, from Future. Like I want to see him rapping on every project. Some of his projects are more R&B heavy. He's not always like putting his best foot forward when it comes to rapping. So that's what I really, really enjoyed from not only this project, but We Don't Trust You.
He's rapping on Mixtape Pluto though.
Yeah, and even when he's not rapping on songs like Plutoski, when
That's
he's
a
just
skip to me.
it's okay, but hear me out. Hot take, it's literally not even a skip. He can make actual mumbling sound good. And I think it kind of fits into the concept, just like I mentioned, like how Kanye's mumbling in 530 kind of fit into the concept there. Like it is like a trap album. Obviously, he's trying to portray that he's fucking high as shit off lean, that he's just mumbling on the beat. And by his own admission, he did that with Tony Montana and it's one of his biggest songs. You know what I'm saying? He just mumbles over the beat, and it sounds good. Hot take: Plutoski is not a skip, not for me.
I can vibe to it, but that's the one on the album that I don't fuck
It's
with.
not even a skip, bro. I'm telling you. The reverbs and the vocals at the beginning, just that little production shit. The beautiful flows from Future on that song, even. Yeah. Then you go into Too Fast. It gets a bit more introspective, and this is where the prime of the album really hits for me. Is
Exactly.
Too Fast to really the end of the album. I mean, like, it doesn't really fall off from there. Maybe last couple songs, but let me
Yeah,
pull
but
up the actual.
Too Fast, Ocean, and Press the Button. That 3-track run.
Yeah,
That's where that album is fucking hitting for me. Like that
yeah,
3-track run is definitely my favorite.
yeah. So we got Too Fast, Ocean, Press the Button,
Yeah.
MJ, Brazier, South of France to Surfing a Tsunami. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 song run is one of the best 7 song runs of the year. I genuinely believe that. Ocean, kind of kicking it off as the second song in that run, is one of my favorite Future songs ever. Maybe the
I would agree.
angelic production, you got him actually spitting, really spitting on there, and then it goes into uh Press the Button, where it seems like he just keeps pressing on the gas. You know what I'm saying?
That's the one.
He goes and spits even harder, and that's what makes the segue between the two songs so great. Is that you listen to Ocean, you're like, okay, damn, that was a fucking amazing song. He was spitting so hard, and it gets to the next one, he's spitting even harder. And so, Press the Button is like the hungriest, maybe Future I've heard in a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would
Like
agree.
the hungriest rapping I've heard from him in a long time, and really from a lot of people this year. It seemed like he was really hungry on Press the Button and really throughout this mixtape, in my opinion, or this album. South of France, one of my favorite songs of the year. Again, is going to go down maybe as one of my favorite Future songs. It just seems like he doesn't miss like these like not even soulful. It's just this high end production with his melodic, his voice, and his vocal performances just put the cherry on the cake. So South of France, one of my favorites. Brazier got is gonna go insane in a car. Like that
Yeah,
shit is
it
going to
does. I
blow
tested
up
it.
speakers, bro. Brazier is gonna blow up speakers.
Yeah.
And then Prime Future really continues throughout the track list, all the way down to Oath, which is again one of my favorite songs on the project, where he's rapping his ass off over a super angelic beat. And then the sequencing, he kind of gets more thoughtful at the end of the album and ends it off with "Lost My Dog," talking about his friend that was battling with depression and ended up dying from fentanyl. But yeah, great album. Like I said, in summary, I didn't think that it was possible for Future to really have another project that would have stacked up to "We Don't Trust You," because it's such an amazing album and really a perfect album. No skips at all on "We Don't Trust You." Uh, and this is right up there with it for me. Like maybe not quite as good because maybe the track list isn't quite as refined, but from what feels like the classic Future rapping performances and the hungry rapping on songs like "Press the Button" to the extra heartfelt songs like "Lost My Dog," like I said, where he talks about losing his friend to drugs, the angelic production throughout the album, especially on songs like "South of France," the car bangers that'll blow up your speakers on Brazier. I feel like this Future project has everything to offer, and it's really a nearly perfect trap album to me. I again gave this an 8.25.
All right. Well, you may be surprised by my take here, then, if that's the case. So, I really, really like the vibe of the first three. I thought it started off really strong. I was like, oh yeah, I'm bought in. Gonna be another one. It's also like a completely different vibe, like you mentioned, than the two Metro collab albums we already got this year. Like, you really do get, like, hungry rapping from Future, which I don't know if I was really expecting, but he's, like, rapping his ass off on this. The energy really picks up though, like you mentioned, when you get to Too Fast. Like Too Fast, Ocean, and Press the Button. Definitely my favorite 3-track run on the album. Like, it's just so good. There's a bunch of different producers on here. There's no features on here. It's just 45 minutes of Future rapping, and it's basically all fucking fire. Like, I also, and me personally, like when we do these reviews, I feel like I'm often complaining, like, I feel like there's a lack of energy, or they're not trying, or they're not inspired, they're not into it. But like Mixtape Pluto doesn't have that problem. Like Future's rapping his ass off. I'm bought in. I was vibing the whole time. I really liked it. Plutoski is a skip to me. I don't love that song. That's like the one part we disagree on. Too Fast to Press the Button. Like that, I just have to say that 3-track run, so fucking good. MJ, Surfin' a Tsunami, and A Say Gang were the songs on Apple that were like the most popular. I thought that was weird because those are probably in my bottom. Those are at the bottom of my track list ranking. Like those three weren't three of my favorites, but those were the most popular. I just thought that was interesting. Like as someone who's listening to a Future album, like as a fan, I'm always gonna love a Young Thug feature or a Travis Scott feature or a Little Baby or a Gunner or whatever. But like at no point throughout Mixtape Pluto was I bored with just listening to Future rap over great production.
He's
like
so
I really
versatile,
wasn't bored.
dude. Yeah.
Like I love features. I just wasn't bored without having them, like which is saying a lot, honestly. And yeah, overall, really strong project. Future's definitely leading the 2024 MVP race when it comes to hip hop. I mean, We Don't Trust You, We Still Don't Trust You, Mixtape Pluto. They're all great albums. My score is higher than yours. Okay. I have this at an 8.6.
Okay. See, I was at first I had it at an 8.5, I believe, or maybe even an 8.75. But then I went back and I looked at the We Don't Trust You track list, and I definitely think it's more refined.
I agree.
But to be fair, We Don't Trust You.
9.
Yeah, it's like a 9.5. Really, like if you really think about it, it's almost a 10 on 10 album. So
I'm at like 9.3 on We Don't Trust You.
Yeah, so I just felt like there was a couple. Like I feel like maybe the higher highs were on this album, but there were also lower lows. You understand what I'm saying? Because like A-Say Gang, I didn't really love.
Me neither. And that's that's the top 3 in popular. A-Say Gang. Didn't really care for.
I just feel like I said, you go on We Don't Trust You, there's literally 0 skips. Every song is perfect almost. And this doesn't hold up quite to that. It's very close. Like this is an amazing project.
It is.
And it's a damn near perfect trap album to me, especially with Brazier being the car bangers. You got the super sentimental cuts. You got the just straight rapping cuts. You got the melodic cuts. Like, you really get everything from this project. And, yeah, I mean, Future just did it different this year, bro.
I mean, yeah, Ski, Too Fast, Press the Button, Brazier. I mean, there's so many good tracks on here. We're both at over an 8. I'm assuming this is going in a certain tier. But let's pull up the tier list for this year. I'm guessing it's at like, for me, it's at like the very top spot and almost perfect, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is. For me, it's better than We Still Don't Trust You. Yeah. I know I just gave Genuine Articulate 8.25 as well. I feel like maybe this is like 8.35, 8.4 maybe. I feel like it's slightly better.
My maybe original score was longer. 8.4.
Yeah, like I'm bouncing like mid-8, around mid-8, and Genuine Articulate I got about like maybe lower 8. So I do think it's slightly better. I don't know if it's quite as good as like Blue Lips, Penalty of Leadership, but I ain't mad with where it's at, to be honest. If you go with it there, that's fine. Because I know you got it a little higher than I do.
Let's just count these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 albums in perfect, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the top 12. These 5 and these 7. 3 of the top 12 are Future albums.
That's crazy.
25% of our favorite albums this year are from Future.
Yeah.
There you go. Mixtape Pluto, another banging album from Future. 2024 is Future's year. I mean, it's hard to deny.
Facts, dude. I mean, even if Kendrick drops a good album, I don't think he's got it.
Yeah, has to.
I don't
be
think
like,
he's aced it, bro.
No.
Like it has to be an amazing, amazing album. You know,
it has to be a good Kid, Mad City too.
How many songs? I think it's 59 songs on these past 3 projects, not maybe including features too. Like,
and then there's a deluxe version of the first.
He's on
2.
He's on a legendary generational run right now, for real.
Shout out Future, come on the show.
Yeah.
My name's Tom.
I'm Colin. Nice to meet you, Future.
Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah.
This is the Off the Top podcast. We'll be back next week to talk more news, review the new music. But yeah, The Alchemist, Future, great albums this week. Yeah, yep. I'll see you next week. You got anything else?
No, that's it. Next week we're coming with some more music. We got some good singles to review next week. Got some more good albums to review. So tap back in, come back next week for more, man. You know.
All right, press subscribe. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Doses.
Peace.
It's Off the Top Podcast, got you laughing like you hit the gas pack. Show is crazy like you watching Mad Max. Every other podcast is mad whack. Off the Top Podcast.